Hello, my audio students. Welcome to mathematics classes for 9th standard. We are doing chapter number 6, that is lines and angles. And today we are going to solve exercise 6.2 NCRT. So let's start the video with your Jerry sir. So we are going to start part 3 of lines and angles chapter. That is chapter number 6 of mathematics NCRT book. And it is exercise 6.2 we are going to solve today. Because in earlier video we have learned about the theorems and axioms related to the exercise 6.2. These all questions which are given in 6.2 are based on that video only, so you can watch that video, then you come to this video. Just check here. So first question of NCRT is given in figure 6.28. In this figure, find the value of x, this one, and y, and then show that AB is parallel to CD. So we have to find value of x and y, and we have to show that AB is parallel to CD. So let's see. I have made already this one in my copy. As you can see here, I have made the same figure in the copy also. So here we have to prove that AB is parallel to CD, and with that we have to find x is value of x and value of y. Now here what is given to us? We are given this angle, okay, this angle 50 degree, and this angle how much given? CY, or you can say, you can write anything name here. That is given how much? 130 degree. So on the basis of this we have to find the other angles. So first thing, just check here. As you can see here in this one, just focus on this one. So you can see here 130 degree and y. As you can see here, these are making what? Vertically opposite angle. What they are making? Vertically opposite angles. Okay. So here y value will be equals to 130 degree angle. Okay. So we can write y equals to how much? 130 degree. Why? As they are what? Vertically opposite angles. I hope it is clear to you. Now just check this and this angle. This is a straight line going like this, and this is making what? Linear pair. What they are making? Linear pair. So this plus this angle sum should be equals to how much? 180 degree. So 50 degree plus x equals to how much? 180 degree. So in this way we can find the value of x. So x equals to 180 minus 50, that is how much? 130 degree. Now we are saying that x and y are equal. Why they are equal? Because x value coming 130 degree and y value is also how much? 130 degree, which we have already find out. So both values coming how much? 130, 130 degree. So we can say x and y are equal. See, x and y are equal. Now we have learned the converse of the theorem in our previous videos. Theorem says that if a transversal intersect two lines such that, if a transversal, it is a transversal working as a transversal, intersects two lines AB and CD such that in this way that the pair of alternate interior angles, this x and this y, the pair of alternate interior angles are equal, then if they are equal, pair of alternate interior angles, so we can say that this lines which are given AB and CD will be parallel. So we can say here as x equals to y, so AB is parallel to CD. So we have proved this one here. Okay, question number 1 finished here. Now move to question number 2. Now in question number 2, just you can see in book, in question number 2 they have given in figure 6.29, this figure, AB is parallel to CD and then CD is parallel to EF. It is given here. Okay, and y is to z they have given ratio 3:7. Y this one and z this one. Find the value of this x. Okay, so let's solve here. We have drawn this one also in our copy only. Just check here. So it is already given. What is given we have written here. Then what we have to find out? We have to find a value of x, and solution let's see. Now y is to z given ratio 3:x, 3:7. So we can write y value as, we can assume a common ratio between them like a. So y will become 3a and z will become 7a. Okay, because ratio is given. So we can assume 3x or 7x also, but x value we have to find out. That's why we have taken the another variable, that is a. Okay, you can take any variable, a, b, c, d, whatever. It's up to you only. Now as you can see the question, we have to find the value of what? X. Okay, and AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. Just check here. We have written here angle 1. What we have written here? Angle 1. Just look at here. We have written here angle 1. Okay, we have assumed this is angle 1. Now if you check, you find that 1 plus z equals to how much? 180 degree. Why? Because they are making which angles? Sum of interior angles. Sum of interior angles, or you can say that angles which are comes on the same side of the transversal. As we have already learned, it is given that already that CD is parallel to EF. This CD is parallel to EF. So definitely this 1 and this z, their sum will be what? 180 degree, because they are making what? angles which are comes on the same side of transversal. So we can say the sum of these two angles will be how much? Sum of interior angle will be 180 degree. So 1 plus z equals to 180 degree. Now 1 is equals to y. Just check here. 1 is equals to y. Why? Because it is vertically opposite angles. So we can say that vertically opposite angles. This 1 we can write y. Okay? Because angle 1 plus z equals to 180. So we can write in place of 1 what? Y. So y plus z becomes how much? 180 degree. So this line we have written here. In place of 1 y and z equals to 180 degree. Now y plus z equals to 180 degree we have made, okay, through the equations. So y plus z is how much? 180. Now what is the value of y? Just check here. Value of y 3a. Value of z 7. So sum of these 3a plus 7a equals to how much? 180 degree. Okay. So 3 plus 7 it becomes how much? 10a. So 10a equals to 180. Now a will remain here. 10 will go downside because it is in multiplication form. So 180 divided by 10. So it comes how much? 18 only. So a value we got how much? 80 degree. So on the basis of this a, we can find the y value and z value. So y value 3a, so 3 multiplied by 18 because a value 18. So 3 into 18, 54 degree. So y value how much? 54 degree. Z value 7a. So 7 multiplied by 18, that comes how much? 126 degree. Now what we have to find out? We have to find the value of x. What we have to find out? We have to find the value of x, this x here, okay? So see what we will do here now. So as we can see here, this x plus y, they are coming on the same side of transversal. So their sum is how much? 180 degree. So we can write x plus y equals to how much? 180 degree, as AB is parallel to CD and angles on the same side of the transversal. So x we don't know, we have to find out, and y will just we have find out, that is how much? 54 degree. So 54 will go that side. So it is right now plus, it becomes minus. So 180 minus 54. In this way we got x value how much? 126 degree. And we can find this x value with one theorem also, which we have learned in our previous video at last, sixth theorem, where we have says that if a line AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF, it is given already, na? This one, AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. Now what is common here? See, CD is common here. CD is coming here also, here also. So we have learned that lines which are parallel to the same line or common line are parallel to each other. So in this way we can say that AB is parallel to EF. AB is parallel to EF. So this AB is parallel to EF. So in this way we can say this angle will be equal to this angle. X will be equal to Z. Why? Alternate angles. What? Alternate interior angles. So Z value how much we have find out already? 126 degree. So there will be, so this will be the value of X also. So in this way also we can find the value of X here. But we have used here what? This theorem. X plus Y, that angle came on the same side of the transversal theorem. And then we have find the value of X. Now move to next question. So question number 3 says that if AB is parallel to CD and EF is perpendicular to CD and GED is already given how much? 126 degree. Okay. Then find AGE, this one. Okay. And GEF, this one, GEF, sorry, GEF, this one also. And what they are asking? FGE, this angle they are also asking. Okay, and what they have given to us? GED, this angle, this full angle is how much? 126. This full angle is 126. We have to find this one also. Okay, so as you can see this figure, so on the basis of previous theorem which we have learned, you can do this question by yourself only. Okay, question number 3 I have given as homework. Now move to question number 4. Let's check here. It is an easy one, that's why I have given to you. Okay, question number 4. In figure 6.31, as you can see here, this figure. Okay, what they are saying? Angle PQ is parallel to ST. PQ is parallel to this ST. Okay, so maybe you are saying how, so you can increase, so it will become parallel only. And PQR is given 110 degree, and RST given 130 degree. Then find angle QRS. What they're asking, find angle QRS. This angle we have to find out. So it's better to make in copy because here it is not clear. Just make it right now. So I have made it here already, as you can see here. Okay. Now what we have to give, what is given to us, and what we have to find out. So in question number 4, they are saying PQ is parallel to ST. So PQ is parallel to ST because when we will increase more towards this side, so it becomes parallel only. And PQR already given how much? 110 degree. And RST ST also given how much? 130 degree. What we have to find out? We have to find this angle QRS, which is coming in the middle. This angle we have to find out. Okay, this angle. Okay, I have said it also. Now what we have to do? So for this finding this angle QRS, first we are doing one construction. What construction? Through R we have drawn this line to both sides, this side also and this side also. So always show the construction with dotted lines. Okay, so I have done one construction. So through R draw a line XRY which is parallel to PQ. It is parallel to this one only. Okay, parallel, straight line parallel to PQ and ST also. So now we will start our solution. So now PQ is parallel to XRY. PQ is parallel to XRY. How? By construction we can say. And QR is working as a, this QR is working as a transversal. How it working? It is working as a transversal. Therefore we can say that angle PQR equals to angle QRY. This angle QRY, this full angle. Okay, it including this QRS also and SRY also. So this full angle is how much? Will be equals to PQR, because these both are making what? Alternate interior angles. See, this QR is working at transversal, no? So this plus this, how much it comes equals to? They will come equals to each other. So QRY is equals to what? PQR. So both are alternate interior angles. So next we can say PQ is parallel to ST is already given in the question. PQ is parallel to ST. So PQ will be parallel to RY also. If PQ is given parallel to what? ST. So PQ will be parallel to what? RY also. Okay, we can say or not? So by construction. So if PQ is parallel to ST and PQ is parallel to RY also, therefore it is a common line which is coming between these two. So we can say if a theorem says that if two lines are parallel to one common line, so the other two lines will be parallel to each other also. So this line will be parallel to this. It means ST parallel to RY. So we have written ST parallel to RY by this theorem. You can read this one. And SR is working as a transversal. This SR is working as a transversal. ST and RY parallel, and this is working as a transversal. Therefore angle TSR, this one 130, okay, plus SRY plus this angle, this much only. This much, okay, this much only I am saying, this much, not this part not, but I am talking about this part only. So this plus this equals to how much? 180 degree. Why? Because sum of interior angles, these are coming on the interior angles of two parallel lines ST and RY. So this plus this equals to how much? 180 degree. Sum of the interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Now TSR is already given how much? 130. So we have done 130. SRY we have to find out equals to 180. So this 130 will go this side. It becomes 180 minus 130, 50. So we got our SRY. What we got? SRY. How much? 50 degree. How much we got? SRY? 50 degree. This one. This SRY. How much we got? 50 degree. So this SRY is how much? 50 degree. This much part only. Okay. So now QRY. What angle? QRY. Because we have to find the value of QRS. So QRY, just check here. QRY, this full angle from here to full here. This angle QRY include two angles, angle QRS also and angle SRY also. Just look at here, QRS and plus SRY. So we can say angle QRY equals to QRS plus SRY. And just we have find the value of SRY. So in place of SRY, we can write this value also now. Now just pay attention one more thing, that PQR. Angle PQR is equals to angle QRY. See this angle PQR 110 and this QRY. These are what? Alternate interior angles, because this is our parallel line. PQ is parallel to XY. So they are making this and this are making what? This and this full is making what? Alternate interior angles. PQR equals to what? QRY. Now PQR is given 110. Therefore QRY is also how much? 110. And this part is already given how much? And QRY is made from these two angles, this angle and this angle. This angle is already given 50 degree angle. We have find out. So from 110, if we subtract 50 degree angle, then we can find the value of QRS. So let's do it here. So PQR equals to QRY. Therefore 110, because QR already given this one in the question only, equals to what? QRY. So angle QRY is made from angle QRS plus angle SRY, and SRY value 50 degree. Just we have find out. So 50 degree will subtract from 110, so it comes how much? 60 degree. So it means angle QRS value is how much? 60 degree. So in this way we have find the value of our required angle, that is how much? 60 degree. So I hope it is clear to you. move to next question. Now question number 5 you will do by yourself. So 3 I have given and now I am giving 5 questions because it is also very easy. Okay, you can do by using alternate theorem, alternate interior angles. You can solve this question easily. Now move to question number 6, and it seems very long question also. It is based on the two mirrors. So PQ and RS, PQ and RS are two mirrors placed parallel to each other. An incident ray AB strikes the mirror, then PQ at B, then reflected to the along with the side BC. Prove that AB, this AB is parallel to CD. Now let's see this figure in our copy. Now question says that PQ and RS are two mirrors. What mirrors do? Mirrors reflect the images. Now what happened? An incident ray. Ray you know very well. So it's, as you can see this arrow, this ray is coming here. So if a ray will come here, so what will happen? It will reflect. Okay, it will reflect. If you put a torch in mirror, so what will happen? The light of the torch will reflect to you. Okay, so when we have put a torch here, or you can say a ray here, so what happens? That ray reflects, okay, and strikes first AB, which we have strikes on this one mirror PQ, so it strikes back, okay, at mirror RS in the form of BC. Okay, then when it comes to BC, so again reflect, because RS is also what? A mirror only. So again it reflect in the form of CD. Okay, first we have put it ray here, and it reflects to in form of BC to RS mirror, and RS is also mirror, so again it reflect in the form of CD. Okay, like this. Now what we have to find out? They are saying that PQ is parallel to RS. This thing they have given, and they are saying AB and this BC and this CD, these three are what? Rays. Okay, and what we have to prove? We have to prove that AB is parallel to CD. So what is given to us, we have written here. Okay, all things we have written here, and what we have to find out, or we can say prove, we have written here. We have to just prove that this AB is parallel to this AB, this line, this ray, AB, this ray AB is parallel to CD. We have to prove this one. Okay, so first what we will do, we have to do one construction here. As you can see from red pen, I have already done construction from dotted lines. Whenever dotted line you see, it is construction only. Remember this thing. Okay, so we have we have done what? Construction. Like BN, I have drawn one line BN which is perpendicular to PQ, and one more line CM which is perpendicular to RS. Okay, straight line. Okay, so BN will be equal will be parallel to CM, because these are what? Perpendiculars. Perpendicular, you know very well that they are going straight, making 90-degree angles. Okay, so perpendiculars on parallel are also parallel. Why they are parallel? Because these are on the, because we are putting this perpendicular on the parallel lines, as PQ is given parallel to RS. So parallel perpendiculars on parallel lines will be also parallel. So BN is, you can say, parallel to CM. BN parallel to CM. Okay. Now we have written some angles. Angle 1, angle 2 we have given name by our side only. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now this angle 1 will be equal to angle 2, and this angle 3 will be equals to angle 4. Why? In science you have learned about the law of reflection, I hope. So according to law of reflection, we can say that angle 1 is equals to angle 2 and angle 3 is equals to angle 4. 1 equal to 2, 3 equals to angle 4. Why? Because of the law of reflection. Now we are saying angle 2 is also equal to angle 3. If these are equal, therefore angle 2 is also equal to angle 3. Why this angle 2 and angle 3 are equal? See this, we are saying 2 and this 3 are equal. Can you think why we are saying this one? Just think about this one. Because BN is parallel to CM. Just we have said BN is parallel to CM. They are parallel, and this BC is working, this BN straight line is red line, is parallel to this one, and this BC is working as a transversal. So this angle 2 will be equal to this angle. Why? Alternate interior angles. Okay, look at here. BN CM parallel, this BC is working as a transversal, therefore 2 is equals to angle 3 by alternate interior angles. So we have written here angle 2 equals to angle 3, alternate interior angles. Now already we said angle 1 equals to angle 2 and angle 3 equals to angle 4. Then we have proved angle 2 is equals to angle 3 also. So we can write angle 1 equals to angle 2, which is equals to angle 3, and angle 3 is equals to angle 4. So they all angles are equals to each other. Okay. Now if we write angle 1 plus angle 2 is equals to angle 3 plus angle 4. We have written angle 1 plus angle 2 equals to angle 3 plus angle 4, because they all are equal only. Okay. So sum of 2 equals will be equal to the sum of other 2 equals. So angle 1 plus angle 2 equals to angle 3 plus angle 4. Now what angle 1 plus angle 2 made? Let's check here. If we add angle 1 plus angle 2, so what it making? Just look at here. They are making this angle. And what is this angle? ABC. So angle 1 plus angle 2, how much? ABC. Angle 3 plus angle 4, this angle, this. So it's making BCD. So ABC angle is equals to angle BCD. Okay, equal or not? Why? Alternate interior angles. What they are? Alternate interior angles. Clear? So angle ABC equals to BCD, we have just proved. And if a transversal intersect two lines, if a transversal, we have learned the converse of the theorem already. So that time I also told you that converse theorems are very important. So if a transversal intersect two lines such that a pair of alternate interior angles is equal, just we have proved that these angles are equal, this equal to this angle we have proved, and they are making alternate angles also. So if the pair of alternate angles is equal, then the two lines, the two which are the given lines, will be parallel to each other. Therefore this AB will be parallel to this CD, and this thing only we have to prove here, AB parallel to CD. So AB is parallel to CD. I hope it is clear to you. Question number 6. So in this way we have completed our exercise 6.2 here. At last I just want to say, be safe and God bless you all.